So, Cory Sandhagen's back. And he's back in a weird way because he's calling out a bunch of people. Um, I'll use this video to address the first person he called out. The first person he called out is the now current Bantamweight champ. Of course, the fight doesn't make sense because Cory Sandhagen recently lost to Umar. So, of course, Cory needs 1 to 2 more wins before he can truly, rightfully, call out Merab Dvalishvili for a title shot. That being said, what if Cory Sandhagen was given the title shot? How would that fight go between him and Merab? It wouldn't go great for Cory. Okay, Cory Sandhagen is one of the fighters that I consider to have one of the highest fight IQs ever. He's a brilliant fighter. Truly knows what he's talking about. So much so he's posting YouTube videos on. He's basically teaching class through the YouTube videos. He just knows so much about fighting. Where he lacks is the brawn. He's got the brains, he lacks the brawn. He's not that strong. And his body cannot necessarily carry out what his mind may be thinking. And I know that's weird to say, but if you truly look, I'm sure it can be apparent. I'm sure it will show. Because it has again in Umar. It has in the Umar fight, He knew what to do. He eventually did implicate what to do when he fought Umar. He was negating a lot of the Umar grappling. But at times he was not able to stop Umar from doing what Umar does. Will he be able to stop Merab from doing what he does? No. Cory Sandhagen does not have superhuman cardio. He has basically superhuman smarts, but the cardio is not there. The strength is not there. Cory Sandhagen is really skinny, but he can fight. I'm not saying he can't fight. He throws a hell of a punch because he throws it in a smart way with a lot of really smart placement. It's just the strength. I think Merab is totally going to fucking ragdoll him, walk all over him, and Merab will, like I say, I like to say that Merab always wins the later rounds, so rounds 3, 4, and 5. In a fight against Cory, Merab, I would say Merab wins 2, 3, 4, and 5. I think Merab will probably win the fight 4-1. Cory will maybe be able to style out in round 1, sporting some really smart striking, keeping Merab at bay. But I think Merab's going to be able to find his way to a takedown in round 2, definitely. And maybe even win round 2, or most likely even win round 2, then win rounds 3, 4, and 5. So I think Merab, if he were to fight Cory, would likely win 4 rounds to 1, rather than how I said he would win against Umar, which is 3 rounds to 2. And yeah, I like Cory. Cory is still up there in the bantamweight division, and he's got a lot of good fights ahead of him. I want to see him fight one fighter in particular that I will talk about in my very next video. But for now, I'll stay on the Cory Sandhagen Merab thing, because yes, first and foremost, Cory's got a ways to go before he can actually fight Merab. But if he was to be able to do it, if he somehow was able to beat whoever the UFC put in front of him until he got to a title shot against Merab, he would get ragdolled by Merab. That's just how I see it. I don't really see it any other way. Like I said, Cory's smart. I give him his props. He's one of the more brilliant fighters in the organization, even in the sport. It's just his body's ability to carry out what he's thinking that always kind of makes me skeptical about him and about his full capabilities against any opponent. Cory's got the number of a couple guys, just not the top guys. By top guys, I mean Umar or even Merab. Maybe even Sugar Sean, but I got to think about the whole Sugar Sean thing. But yeah, bottom line, Cory, Merab ragdolls Cory. But Cory's still smart for trying to put his name in the same conversations as these top guys, especially after taking an L to Umar. He's trying to get back out there, get back in the picture, and this is how you do it. So overall, you let me know what you think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. But most importantly, subscribe. I love you guys, and I'll see you all in the next.